Lady of the faucet, let's get it. Woo!
Woo! Yeah. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the truck. In the loops, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pickers from me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. Now I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches.
Yeah, dog. Thomas G here. Welcome to R2R, Wreck to Riches episode live stream number 78. Wow. Happy hump day. Happy hump day to everybody out there in the crypto space. Don't forget to pound the like button. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button, drop a comment. Always remember to subscribe. If you're on X and you're watching this, you're going to need to pound the like button there. Retweet it. Hashtag Pulse, hashtag X, hashtag MAV. We'll talk about all that stuff today. We're going to run a review on X protocol. You know, what did I buy recently? You know, I bought X and I bought another token we'll jump into just off a comment in the live stream. Literally, Goo God dropped a comment about X when I did an interview with him, you know, going on a couple weeks back. And, you know, we're going to dig deep into that, give my thoughts and opinion, talk about, you know, the founder a little bit, the token. Before we jump into anything, because we are at the X protocol website. What did I tell you guys yesterday? From zero to a hero real quick. The SAC funds were down like 32 million yesterday. Now, 5.4 million in the plus, $3,803 Ethereum. Volatility. I said, whose dojo are you from? Who's your sensei? My sensei over here in the Pulsechain ecosystem has said it for many years. Volatility is the price you pay for mad gains. But before we move on, a big focus that's happening right now for me, and that I've been tapping away on my screen as I wait for this live stream to go live during the intro. And all morning when I wake up and before I go to bed, I watch a little TV and I sit here and tap on Bad Bunny. Sonic blockchain is literally announced to drop next week. And if you look at the description of the video, you'll be able to see instructions on how to join Bad Bunny. Take a look at this quick ad here. Remember, it's a free game. You get an airdrop on a meme token that has to do with SwapX on the Sonic blockchain. So take a look, and if it's for you, you'll know how to hop in.
Yeah, dog. It's Thomas here from R2R. Welcome to the Bad Bunny Tap to Earn free game, where you can earn your free airdrop by simply tapping your screen. All you got to do is follow the instructions in the description of this video. Step number 1, no laptop computers, no desktops, anything like that. You're going to need a smartphone. Step number 2, if you don't have Telegram, download one and log into your Telegram account, or simply log in if you have one already. Step 3, click the link below in the description, and it's going to take you straight to Bad Bunny, where you can tap to earn your free Bad Bunny meme token airdrop. Let's go!
Like I always say, I don't know who that fool is. I don't. But free game, airdrop, use your thumb. It doesn't get any easier than that. Sonic blockchain coming to a theater near you next week. What's up, Amacho? Yeah, dog. Love, peace, and humptiness, right? Love, peace, and humptiness. So let's take a look. Let's look at the chart on this X token, right? So X token represents the X protocol. And now, if you look at the chart, man, when it first launched, what do you see? It launched at, what was the price? It launched at 2 zeros and a 3 or something like that. Look at that chart. Look at that. Can you believe that? To 71 cents. Under a penny. 2 zeros and a 3. Less than half a penny. Less than half a penny. All right, let me pull myself off the screen because I want you guys to see that. Do you see that? Do you see that? All right. That's opportunity like of a lifetime for some people out there, for I mean anybody when you think about it. It's funny because the founder, and if we go to the website really quick, happens to be somebody who was deep in the rabbit hole back in the day, right? Back in the day, I remember going on these X spaces and then hearing this Coach X guy who it's listed that he's the CEO of X Protocol, as well as the co-creator of the Grace currency on Pulsechain. So that, to me, that sounds pTGC, right? I don't know. I'm digging into this today. I didn't ask no questions. I went into the Telegram last night and I saw him post something about like not sleeping. I was like, "What sleep?" You know. I think he's on YouTube too. I haven't watched any of his YouTube, anything like that. The last time I had any type of like heard his voice was in these Twitter spaces early on in the rabbit hole when it came to Atropa. And everyone was like, what are these webs of LPs that are being formed? You know, that early days. We're talking like August 2023, where everyone started hopping on all these calls. So what I identified with this dude right here and the way he was talking about things and kind of how he developed from the Atropa web of LP pools out there is he, just like myself, understood that the main mechanics, what you want to call tokenomics behind the Atropa ecosystem, really the core of it is Hart's law and webbing all these LPs together, building liquidities. And when the ecosystem starts to surface and go up, you know, Hart's law will rise the tides. And, you know, everything that they jumped into, it was much deeper into Atropa, what token was doing this, all that. I know there was a lot of guys like this there early on. And then you saw pTGC come out, and it's like Atropa on steroids. That's what everyone's like. That was like the easy way to describe it, right? But Atropa versus pTGC is like much more simplified. A lot of complexity going on in the background, right? But you when you have investors come in, you kind of just want them to take a look at things and be like, oh, okay, that seems like I might understand it, and they'll still buy. Atropa was like very like, what's going on here? Seemed very sketchy, but you know that was early on. You either believed in the system or you didn't. So I do recall him hearing him speak, and you know the knowledge behind liquidity and Hart's law. He understood that. So right off the bat, like now, and I'm looking at it, and I saw this last night. I was like, okay, I aped into something good because this guy understands. And we'll take a look at the LPs because a lot of people are probably looking at X token and understanding that, like, you know, it's utilizing, you know, some Atropa, Hart's Law, LPs, pTGC type environment, LPing the token with other pools. Main focus is liquidity with X. It doesn't have a tax. It's not a tax token. What I liked is he utilized build on tech. Now that's Brandon, R2R, founder and CEO, and the lead build tech developer, Shane. So these two people I'm familiar with. Build the tech right now, and I tweeted out a reply, like they're the industry standard for builders out there. Like you shouldn't be building on anything unless you got a good professional team. These guys are there. So they're in affiliation with the creation, you know, of the protocol. Who did what exactly and all that, I don't know. But I just know that they're labeled on the site. I'm familiar with their brand, and I've seen what the tech LLC team is capable of doing, and how they make things, and how they operate. They don't make junk, right? This is a good quality team to piece together protocols, right? They know what they're doing. And we're seeing it surface more and more, the quality of their work. Okay. Which I like that, to be 100% honest with you. I never really like dug into who did what and what on each protocol, but it's here on the website, so I can acknowledge it and go, I'm familiar with the faces, as far as who's behind the scenes. For full transparency, it's there, I guess, right? So remember, the X protocol has its own token connected to X, right? That's what it says. Stands as a market maker for pTGC. So it's a market maker for pTGC. It's supporting the pTGC ecosystem. And it's supporting that ecosystem, which means it supports UFO and anything under the umbrella. But there's tokens that are in this protocol system right now that we'll take a look at. But it's not a tax token. So a lot of people are like, tax tokens are how these systems operate. Shout out to Vibra Finance. Let's effing go. Thank you for being here. It's not a tax token. Okay. So it's not pTGC reflections, UFO reflections, anything like that. Its primary source, where the juice is, where some people would say, like, where are the tokenomics? Like, it's the liquidity. All right. That's the secret in these types of tokens, is the liquidity and what they're paired to. So for example, let's go to DEX tools really quick here. And let's look at the pairs that this token is paired with, right? Following Hart's law, following everything that has paved the road that led to these tokens coming out, right? And I don't know why DEX tools does this. It'll like have a delay. There we go. So it's got a liquidity pool with Pulse 307,000, pTGC 368,000. You're already almost 700K in the bucket. PDI 355,000 in the bucket. Now you're at $1 million of LP. Pulsex 235,000. UFO 144,000 in liquidity. It's pairing up with not only pTGC tokens and PDI, the narrative, Richard Hart's tickers like Pulse, Pulsex, and Hex, right? 91,000. It's got all these pairs. So when you have a token, it's paired with PDI and it's bonded like it is here with PDI. We'll just click on it here. PDI goes up, X will go up. PDI goes down, X will go down. That's where Hart's law is. In some instances, you'll see PDI go down and X do good because maybe its other bonded tokens are doing well. Let's say PDI goes down and Wrap Pulse is going up for whatever reason. But the tides are simultaneously going up and down together, but not like at the exact percentiles. So it could experience many X's from here. Let's say the PDI narrative is true and it does hit $1, right? And it's not a tax token as well. Some people are like, don't like the tax tokens. They don't want to deal with it. So if that's what's ever held you back from pTGC, if that's what's ever held you back from UFO, well, there's no tax here, right? It's doing its thing within its liquidity web here of supporting pTGC, Richard Hart tickers, PDI. It's got thick LP that's only going to continue to grow. And the supply. Now, the supply, that's kind of where the bread and butter is. All right. You're going to take a look here. We're going to go to the on-chain, the damn Pulsechain block explorer. Not the prettiest, not the greatest. Max supply on X token is 8 million tokens. Okay. You can come here, see what's a smart contract, what this might be a burn address, possibly. I think it has burned 3.14% of the supply so far. I'll have to verify. I believe that is something I did take a look at, right? So the supply is like extremely low. it's more than half of the supply. It's way less than the supply of Bitcoin, right? And it's unique within the ecosystem as far as the supply. Now, the interesting thing is the protocol right now, and you'll see thick liquidity, 350 users. Let's see how many users they're at now. 1,974 users, right? It's more than 6 times their users since that was updated on the website. Strong community. It's a true thing, man. Strong community is a true thing. They bootstrapped everybody that was in pTGC because of his relationship co-founder. You saw it all there. So that was an easy way to onboard people from pTGC UFO, all these people that love those protocols like myself. I'm day one pTGC. And when this came out, I hadn't been asleep behind the wheel. I'm in it now, but I was asleep behind the wheel. My entry, looking at the chart, is late as far as what I coulda, woulda, shoulda, but I don't think it's late as far as what the price can do with how thick a liquidity it has with PDI, for example, with Pulse, with Pulse S, with X, So the cap supply, no inflation is a beautiful thing. Let's see, X provides vast opportunity for Hart's Law due to the rivers that flow between the core ecosystem. Remember, it has its own ecosystem. So that includes RVRX, connects to X to pTGC, and RVR, which connects to X to UFO. All actions have a purpose. So there's a chain of events happening, right? But if you go back to the homepage, I like this right here. This right here caught my attention. The X protocol guarantees that 30% of all revenue will be used to buy and burn X. Okay? To buy and burn X. And that's proven here. You can see that there's been some supply burnt, right? And I'm reading on the website. I'll go back to the website. The X protocol guarantees that 30% of all revenue will be used to buy and burn X, right? And if you didn't see when I was I didn't have it on camera, but I'll go back. When you go to the tokenomics here, you can come in and probably just start typing in these tickers, and you're probably going to go, whoa, what is that? What is that? What is that? Go see if there's opportunity. I can type them in for you, but I want to make sure you've got all the right contract addresses and whatnot. But it's all lined up, and I'll pull up, let's see here on Dex Printer, because I never looked at RVRX before. Now, I've heard something about it. I just don't know what it is or what it does. I'm like new to X protocol, right? So maybe I need to grab me some of this. $1.2 million market cap, micro cap. Its main biggest pair is with X, but I have X at this point. I'll have to look at the tokenomics there as far as supply. There's only 800 of these tokens. What they do entirely, I might have to do a complete dedicated video to the entire ecosystem as each individual token. My main purpose of today's video and what I wanted to review, it happens to be narrowed down to 2 of the tokens, right? The RVRX and the other one that was listed as well, those have been out for 3 months. So this is the protocol, those tokens that we just listed. We'll look at the other one. There's also RVR that's part of this ecosystem, which includes UFO, pTGC as well. You see everything's bonded together. If these tokens have like a tax or anything like that, I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. But we'll look at RVR. That main pair is with pTGC. This one's been around 4 months, $1.1 million market cap. So these are all things to take a look at and, determine, do you want to get into the system knee deep? Do you want to just have X, which seems to be the core? Everything circles back around it. We'll see. We got Fast Abdul. We're launching a PDI backed stablecoin. It will be epic. the Peace Stability Protocol. Enjoy this Vietnamese dong, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I've invited you onto R2R live stream, Crypto Talk, live stream, that series that I do. We can definitely talk about your new system and 2 fucks as well if you'd like. Invite is open. So anyways, jumping back, the main tokens I want to talk about, because I don't know enough. I haven't gone into these ones yet. Maybe I should, maybe I will. I don't know. Right now I'm in X, right? X marks the spot. That's where I'm at. It looks like they have even like an X pad coming, where a launch pad is what it might be. That's where the 30% of the revenue, future revenue, right, would come from to continue to burn. So the incentive is to hold your X. And as far as the X pad, what it's going to bring to the table, how it's going to operate, all I know is there's information on that. It's going to help burn token supply. So having a further vision beyond just a token, that you can buy and hold, looking out how this could come out next week, this could come out a year from now, there's incentive to hold and be like, beyond what you see today, beyond, just the liquidity and Hart's Law, there's something being developed, right, where it's an XWeb3 development protocol, XPAD, that's going to help burn. So that's where the 30% would come from. And that's enough for people to be like, hey, there's some stuff coming down the road that's going to make our token supply more and more scarce, which I like. Now, what I did get into going into this ecosystem rabbit hole, one would say, and I let my group know about it last night, and we've talked about it in the group before. I just told them last night, like, hey, I'm going to be getting my positions here. Is MAV token, Maverick. Now, this one is a tax token, right? 5% on the taxes. And I'll tell you, I don't know entirely. Let me take a look on Telegram just to confirm. Because you got to go into their Telegram group and you got to get your information, guys. Don't rely on influencers, right? I'm not a professional. Perhaps you're not a financial advisor. You have to go out there and gather this information and determine if this is something you want. So it looks like, I believe this is for MAV, because MAV has a buy and sell 5%. So when you buying or selling, the slippage has to be like at 6%. But it says 2%, quotations 0.5%, buys and burns RVR, RVRX, BNK, and HTH. So there's other tokens involved. We'll type them in. 0.5% buy and burn pTGC, right? So I like that. I've been pTGC since day one. I have not liquidated that position on my initial wallet where I went heavy. And I'm like, why would I pull out when the ratio just keeps going further and further out? It's ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. Now UFO is like 1-to-1 to Pulse. It's insanity. 0.5% rewards X. I did see a reward actually so far. 1% buys and burns MAV token. All right, let's see what the MAV token supply is. 19 million MAV to ever be in existence, and it's being burned. 1% out of those transactions burns MAV. 1% goes into the Pulse MAV V2 LP. So the LP for MAV token is going to continuously grow based off the buy and sell pressure of the token. It's going to keep feeding its LP. So we have this conversation today, right? We're looking at MAV token and we see a $93,000 liquidity pool. Follow up with me January 11th, 1 month out. This LP could be much larger market cap as well. And it's fairly new. I mean, let's take a look when it came out. November the 29th. So this has only been out just about a couple weeks, right? And you want to reflect back at this type of ecosystem that Coach comes from, the liquidity, the way he understands liquidity, everything that has paved the way to here for the X token and its support system. The comps you can run in the area, like when you're looking at real estate, is you can go back and look at the rise of pTGC, right? You go look, and it really. What am I click? Did I click the 5-year? Whatever. Well, it is good. Let's go beyond a year. You saw pTGC, and we'll put it on the ratio. What it's done. An identical chart you'll see with UFO, right? And what it's done, price and ratio, just freaking gradual up. We saw the same thing, right? Using like Hart's Law, using these liquidity webs with this very own token here, right? Just gradually moved its way up, over time. So with MAV, I think it's fair to say, right? It's fair to say that we should see over time, holders get rewarded with this low supply. See some volatility here. Let's swap that out here for this chart. Months down the road, it's just going to continue to just gradually do its thing and rise with all the other tokens. So as pTGC keeps working its magic, the alien tech, it goes up. PDI keeps going up. All this narrative going on. There's all these different liquidity webs and LPs that it has thick LP with when it comes to X token that will drag up MAV, that'll drag up all of its tokens in its ecosystems. Like this entire web of LPs is nice to see Hart's Law put into effect because we know it's been working. We know it's been working. Atropa, pTGC, UFO, we know it's been working. We know how these things work. So we're not, I'm not a financial advisor, but to me, it's not gambling. It's just sitting back and watching it work out the way it was designed. And the reason why Hart's Law is very powerful at this point, right? Especially that we're all, tied in and bonded with Pulse, is Pulse is not even at sacrifice prices. Pulse X, Pulse. When we go to sac prices and beyond, and it starts to rise the tides, as that happens, everything is going to start getting, where we looked at moon math yesterday. We'll go to the moon math calculator. Multiple X's on top of outperforming Pulse. Because pTGC and UFO have already outperformed. X tied into them with a burning mechanic as well, an entire X pad, what they call it, that 30% of the revenue is going to burn the token and the token supply is really low. So there's a lot of magic that can happen here, right? So the moon math calculator, we'll jump to that, pull myself back off screen. Let me not forget the comments though. When is you go live, Pulse Jitsu? I would love to have him on sometime soon. Soon. Definitely on my to-do list. But when though? Before Christmas or the New Year? That's right, let's go. Where can I find the MAV info? As far as I understand, right? I don't think there's a website for MAV. I don't even think there's a logo. That's how early you are. I'll send you the deck screener. Okay. There's a Telegram that if you go to X, right, on deck screener, go to their website, find their Telegram, then you see the buys that are happening for X and MAV in the same Telegram. But no logo. Not an official website for it. We just know it's Maverick, right? So anyways, and that's how early you technically are. So back to the moon math calculator. It's already been added. Shout out to Crypto Kong, right? We look at MAV and the calculator has, it's set to let's say the paired token price is of 0.5. That's what it said. So if you hit the calculate button here, right, this would predict if pTGC was at 50 cents, right? We want to be like reasonable and be like, let's just say at a penny. And you would see MAV would be $2.54. We want to look at it as the X factor we can change for MAV, right? Let's say it outperforms pTGC by a 2x factor, right? So that means the base price of MAV would be $2.54, which is a 20x potential. This is calculating a pTGC at a penny and Maverick to outperform pTGC by a 2x. MAV would be $5.08, right? And why couldn't it be based off the amount of tokens that are ever to be in circulation, right? Or that are in circulation at this point. And just so I can refresh my memory, what is the token supply? Gosh, I'm forgetting. Dementia, right? 19 million. 19 million tokens. That ain't diddly squat. So you can play with the Moon Math calculators, and it's there for you to look at for a MAV token already. If you're looking at it in terms of pTGC. Now, when it comes to Hex, right, which is one of, they're listing these tokens here because of the LP, right? Now you can look for Hex. They have it set like on an X factor. Let's just say it 2x's beyond the performance of Hex at, let's say, 15 cents, right? So you'll see here, it gives you the numbers. Current price for MAV, 13. If Hex hit 15 cents and MAV outperformed Hex by a 2x, then the price would be $6.58, which is 52.48 x potential. A base at $3.29, 26x potential. I love those Moon Math calculators. I really do. I think they're awesome. So right now, I'm accumulating. All right. I'm buying. And I'm buying. It doesn't matter. Like, you can go to 15 cents, I'm gonna buy it. You can go to 10 cents, I'm gonna buy it. It's early on. We've seen what all of these tokens in these ecosystems do from the early days to where they're at now. And it's just a slow grind up and to the right. Okay. And it's still early because, no logo, no website, 2 weeks old, just started. LPs will grow, and we're under SAC prices. PDI is not to $1 yet. Yeah, I do think it'll hit $1, but even if it doesn't, but I think it will. So many different factors that have to do with what it's LP'd with when it comes to X, and then you got Maverick. There's a lot going on. But at the same time, there isn't. I think people are going to look at X and complicate things, but you just got to know it's part of thick LP across the board. It's got no tax. You buy and hold. Holders win, traders get wrecked. You want to look at it and go, some people will say, oh, gosh, I missed below a penny at 71 cents. Well, hey, man, there's still a long ways to go. It's still brand spanking new. LPs are going to get bigger. We're still below SAC prices. We're still, below what many different of the LP'd positions, like PDI, for instance, if that happens, could do. And Only's got 8 million tokens, and it's being burned. It's powerful. It's powerful. Then you got the founder, X, Coach X, well respected in the space. I dig it. So I'm involved. I'm involved. I do follow him on Twitter. So I would recommend you go follow him on Twitter. I think he's got a website too. He does some coaching and whatnot. I've never personally spoke with this guy. I would like to have him on R2R or Crypto Talk and interview him and all that good stuff. But I like who he's affiliated with. Build the Tech. I like his products. I love the chart. Who doesn't like the chart? Who doesn't like I've never heard that. Never, especially if you got in day one. The only bitterness there would ever be, geez, look at UFO. The only bitterness there would ever be is literally if you sold way too early before you were supposed to. So for those of you, even though pTGC UFO is still early, you're going to look at the market cap. If you're that person that cares about the market cap and you're like, it's 85.6 million, then you're going to really, really be drilling over X with a $5.5 million market cap. And you're really going to be drilling over MAV with a $2.3 million market cap. If that's your thing, right? If that's your thing. Because people were like, it's too late. They've been saying it's too late for pTGC since it went over a $10 million market cap. Since it was 1-to-1 with Pulse. They've been saying that. Since the ratio was 1-to-1, they're like, hey, too late. It's a $144 million market cap, 6.1 ratio to Pulse. You've seen what these systems do. Okay, if you focus on market cap, even though that's an itty bitty market cap, and it will continue to go up, I think the ratio will be 1-to-10 in the near future, heading into early 2025 for pTGC. And if you don't see opportunity in X or opportunity in MAV, what does Trump say? You need to get your head checked. All right, $2.4 million market cap. This LP is getting thicker. Go to the X website, right? Read all about it. I'm not here to read you all this verbatim, right? That's all for you to research, see the team, follow them on Telegram, right? I don't know where you'll find their Telegram link. Might be somewhere here. I think if you go to Deck Screener, though, I believe, and you click on X, yeah, go to Deck Screener. Telegram links there, Twitter links there. Let me go look at their Twitter real quick. Yeah, all that information. All this information. Verify the contract. Make sure you got the right contract address. All that stuff. Right? Boom. And they got the BNK token. Should we look at BNK? Let me look at the BNK token real quick. Let's see if there's anything in there. Like I said, I'm talking about what I'm in so far. So the bank token. I got no idea, man, what this is. You got to go in there and do your research. Maybe these are gems. Maybe it's way early still. Maybe it has some important things that'll make you more bullish on it. I'm going to keep digging. But right now, Ape and ask questions later. To me, it was a no-brainer. Goo God came with the call, got me on X, went into the rabbit hole, found MAV, figured out all the LPs that are going on. Deja vu, been there, done that. Early into Tropa, early into pTGC, early into this, ride it out, and just reap the benefit later, man. We're real close to things taking a big swing, up in the entire space right now as a whole, especially on Pulsechain. Especially on Pulsechain. So does anyone have any questions? Because I don't know if anyone has information I missed. I don't know, if any of you guys are deep into that protocol as far as like the bank token. I think there was one more listed. We'll look at that one more that was listed as part of the ecosystem. I think it was like an H something token. Gosh, I saw it. I don't remember. I don't remember. Maybe it was on the homepage or about. Maybe about. Let me see. Yeah. I saw it somewhere. You're gonna have to dig into it. And figure out. Maybe I'm kidding myself. Is it right here? Yeah. going through the Telegram. It may be there. But I'm glad I'm part of all this right now. I'm definitely glad that I'm getting my positions, buying small, I'm going to look into River. I'm going to look into these other ones. I just don't know exactly what their purpose is. I mean, knowing me, I'll just get off camera and buy them. I'll ask questions later and review it. That's just my style. I don't recommend that for everybody. I didn't need to ask too many questions. I just know who's supporting it, the people that are behind it. I know where the gains are and where they begin, right? Build the Tech too. I love Build the Tech and Brandon R2R and the Morpheus squad too. Look at them. These guys are built different, bro. Look at their ratio on that Bruno token. You see that? It's a nice ratio. That's a nice ratio on Bruno for sure. So yeah, other than that, does anyone got any questions? Because I'm 40 minutes in. I do when I do these reviews, I don't sit here and read the white papers and all that. I think the main thing you got to understand is what's going on under the hood. The LP. You understand the LP, then you understand why these prices have done what they've done. You're probably thinking, well, what made it go up so much? Well, Hart's Law, when these web of liquidities start to move, they'll move together. And you got the move math to back up the numbers when they happen and start to see like your predictions come true based off your moon math. Oh, that's let me see. Well, what is PDI at? Let's take a look at PDI. I think it's going to come back right now next to PDI. This is DI up 10%, almost 3 cents, almost. I don't really know what's going on with the narrative right now with PDI since yesterday, because every day it's like something new is going on. But it's exciting right now to be in Pulsechain. I think we're literally like around the corner. PDI happens. That's a big injection into the entire ecosystem, like really massive. I don't know if people realize like what possibly could happen. But I think it's big brain stuff been going on. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at MAV dip last night. I was going in there. Doop. All-time high. Wicked up like 18 cents. We'll call it like 16.5 cents where it hit. Came down. Nice correction. Buying these dips is crucial in this space, right? Even X had its dip. Coulda, woulda, shoulda moment, right? You didn't get much of a dip. Didn't last long. All right, into here, and then see you later. That's crypto. Welcome to crypto. So don't forget to pound the like button. Hopefully I can get Coach X on here, pick his brain a little bit, do an interview. Obviously, he knows this like the back of his hand. He's the founder. So get him on here, get people more clear understanding. But I'm pretty sure if he were to be on here, just based off what I'm looking, he's just gonna say, look at the LP, bro. Like, I can't imagine somebody wanting to come on camera to repeat themselves about that, but we've seen it in action. We've seen it, unless you're new, obviously new investors, but we've been seeing the tropo, pTGC, all that stuff. The LP's thick with it, with X, and you don't even got to pay a tax. So don't forget to smash the like button. All right. Drop a comment. Until next time, we shall do it again. Yeah, dog.
Lady of the faucets and get it.
It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loot, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. When a drip and pulls, got these dogs and pickers, farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the sure. I'm up to the core. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Just back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches.